For now, though, just support pick. This reveals Monkey is going to be a core. I guess there's flexibility with Monkey not being safe lane if they want to do like 3-position Monkey, but I think that's a pretty, you're really like thinking outside of the box there. So I think it's safe to assume that this Monkey is going to
10
be the
seconds
safe lane
remaining.
carry against either Mars or Brood. I guess you don't know for sure. Mars is
5
off lane, but
seconds
it does feel
remaining.
like there's going to be some kind of melee off laner for Monkey to play into right now.
Let's give you some team fight. I've always been a big fan of the Bane Snapfire combo. Like Kisses and Fiend's Grip can pretty much kill anyone, a lot of people in the game. That single target from the Bane, nice with the kind of the AoE damage. My concern though is that like Army Genius just don't really have a hero to, especially support, to play that Brood lane towards the later stages. Now it puts a lot more emphasis on maybe Wami's hero to fulfill that role, and then it can be pretty obvious. Like if Wami's also the initiator, then it kind of puts your team and how you can make plays, and it kind of pigeonholes you a little bit.
Yeah, I think they definitely need some kind of like the grip kisses is good for getting kills, but they need someone who's just going to jump in and get kills and set up the kisses because Bane can't start the fight. They need like a Sand King, maybe a DK, could be off lane, could be mid, but they need somebody just to blink in stun, set for the Snapfire kisses, and cause problems. Problem is now Razor carry makes a lot of those initiating off laners. You don't feel good about playing many of them. The one that maybe feels okay is Mars, and that's been picked up by Lilgun as well. So initiating off laners are in short supply.
There's not a lot of control though on Lilgun. I don't know how highly they rate the Queen of Pain. It has always been a good answer, and maybe just in case if Sanctity is... Razor never goes mid anymore, but we always see it's still kind of emphasis on banning that one out. But they do go for at least for an offlaner that has some way to kind of get out of the static link. But if that's a Razor Marcy lane, I can't imagine Pango's going to have a good time.
Yeah, it's still a losing lane for Pango, even though you shouldn't die. You should be able to break the link and get some farm using, your shield crash to secure some creeps. But it's definitely a lane I would not expect him to come out on top of, assuming he is playing the Pango. I guess it could be a mid hero. But I do like the pick a lot. Like I think as far as what was in the pool, you needed, some kind of blink stun initiator. Pango can fit that with the, the blink rolling thunder later on. The shard is pretty nice too to protect yourself. It also gives you a hero with good AoE damage to address the Brood. So it's a similar idea, I think, to the Sand King, just with a better lane against Razor. To me, this is like they're picking this for the same reason. Where it's weaker than Sand King is the stun. Like your stun is your ultimate. It's got a long cooldown. It's more impactful when you use it, but Sand King has he always has Blink Bar Strike available, whereas Pangolier, you don't want to Blink Rolling Thunder for a support necessarily. So I do still feel like Army Geniuses maybe lack some initiation or some kind of, team fight starter that they may just not be able to fit into their draft because of what they need for the mid lane.
Interesting bends coming out though. Army Geniuses, Night Stalker and the Bloodseeker. So trying to protect the Pangolier a little bit with that Bloodseeker. They're not sure where the Mars is going as well.
There's definitely some question marks about what's going on with at least Lilgun's role allocation. I doubt we see any kind of 5-position Razor. We saw that up in Division 1. It didn't end so well. But here we go. We'll get some answers. And they're the ones who
doesn't answer much. I don't know what's going on.
I think they were right that Mars is a support. I think we're going to be seeing a Mars Razor lane. That seems like a pretty strong lane to me. Like Mars 5, you want to have a range carry with. This, it's kind of like to me, it's like similar to a 5 Tiny where you've got this repositioning tool. You got to be careful about laning against it just because of that spear into a tower or, a tossback. So, and then I guess you're looking at Marcy Brood lane. I mean, for Marcy seems to be the role where she's most impactful. I don't know. Still some questions though. Looks like quad mid, but who knows?
I don't have the traditional.
Select your heroes.
Is this Sanctity playing mid morph or are they?
This should be. It's DB playing.
No, Sanctity. Lilgun is what I mean. Lilgun didn't pick that. Yeah, DB. Okay, so they're doing Monkey mid. Okay. Oh, interesting. 11 playing the Queen of Pain.
Okay, if DB has a very good morphling, and if they don't get run over, I think Army Genius win this game. He's going to win them this game. This is one of the freest morphling games that I've seen. He has a ridiculous morph. So I'm hesitant on the lane setup because you're gonna put 4-2-3 in the side lane. So then it's gonna be like Quap versus Monkey mid, which Azura is gonna get bodied. You were just mentioning before that you kind of want to give Azura a good game, considering he didn't play well though on the Dragon Eye. I don't think he's gonna have a good lane at all, which is a bit of a concern.
Yeah. Well, I'm also still like, are we going to see that? Because it's 11 playing the Quap. He's usually offlane. So, what, honestly, we could be in for some more lanes. Like, yeah, 11's the offlaner, but last game we saw, what was it? We saw Womi go mid on the Brood. So we could very easily see these teams, like, they could be doing Brood offlane, but 4-2-3, 11 can play it, but I think 4-2-3 is the better Brood player personally. So maybe they just feel like this is how they want to lane things. I don't know. I feel like we're in for some mind games with these lanes.
Dude, that's a vile Brood set as well. I know everyone else can't see it. I'll show it when we get in. That I've not seen that, and that is filthy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The extra hairy
skulls on it too.
I love how clean the Black Widow set looks. That's still my favorite, even though I know some people hate it.
Black Widow.
This one is definitely just, like you say, a little bit gross.
I can imagine you being a filthy Brood player. I don't know if that's an insult or not.
A little. I wouldn't say filthy Brood player. No, I played some Brood. Dude, this guy, level 30, 600. Was that his? I don't know if that was his Brood record. I think that was just his overall win-loss record. But yeah, filthy Brood player. 4-2-3.
And they don't have one. They have two. Like, what? Yeah. They have two of them. Oh my god. Oh, no. All right, let's look at this set real quick.
Prepare for battle.
Yeah, I like it. Very cool. Like you said, Harry. But regardless, man, what an exciting game. It's going to be Lilgun that get to prove Army Geniuses wrong with this Brood pick. They were the ones that were playing it in game one, Army Geniuses, and now Lilgun get to be like, there's a big reason why teams ban out this hero, the 4-2-3 Brood. He's currently going over in the off lane. So, but yeah. we're in store for some interesting stuff.
Who's going? Is Razor going mid? Is Quap going mid? I mean, Quap doesn't really have mid lane items, but maybe 11 is going mid. He's not a mid laner. He doesn't know what the mid lane items are. He's like, okay, I'll play mid Quap. Do I buy some nulls? That's what mid laners do? Who needs bottle? I mean, it is mid lane items, but usually as a mid laner, you're looking to rush bottle more. So
30 seconds to battle.
I'm very curious to see how things go here. DB maybe going mid on the morph lane, so we could see two non-mid laners go mid against each other, Anything can happen.
I think looking pretty guaranteed for Sanctity to be down bottom with the wand, so yeah. If anything is confirmed, I'll say that one.
I think Brood's going mid. Brood's got the bottle queued up, and it looks like maybe initially they weren't going to do this because it looks like they just swapped, so maybe they scattered something that the enemy were doing, saw some items, and they're like, okay, these are the matchups, but I do feel like this is kind of the lanes Army Genius want. They don't want Monkey playing into Quap. They want Monkey against the melee hero. And they want Monkey versus Brood, and then they want Quap to play into the morph lane, I would say. Especially in the safe lane where you can just use that Bane to deal with the Quap harass.
Yeah, 100% agree. I think Army Geniuses have to be really happy with the setup they have. We kind of were mentioning the game one draft, like the way you can look to deal with the Brood Mother in regards to maybe the first 5 levels, you just look to body him, or you go for a hero that's able to play his lane once you get the ultimate. And well, I think the Monkey King can kind of do both. Definitely the first 5 levels Monkey can body, but you can also get to a stage where you can kind of deal with the Broodlings depending on your itemization.
Yeah. We'll see where it goes. I don't know if there's room for like any kind of Battle Fury build. I think that's just too greedy with the Morphling, but particularly I think with strong supports. You've got Sapphire Bane with a lot of kill threat, and Monkey King, like Boundless Strike is a decent enough setup where I think Brood is going to play pretty cautiously. But also Brood's going to be playing from behind. This lane is rough for Brood. Like until like level 4 or 5, and definitely like level 6 it gets better, but these early levels Monkey King has a big advantage.
I do feel like, though, for Lilgun, this bottom lane should be a lane where they have a really good time. Raze is a lane dominator, paired with Marcy. It's going to be very difficult. Wonmi has to make sure that his swashbuckle is always more often used defensively, just to kind of get out of the the static link, but I think this lane honestly just comes down to the creep equilibrium. Like if Army Geniuses are playing with the wave closer to the tower, then Wami might have a better time. And he's only got the level 1 just yet. Oh, hang on, that's a big solo kill. Oh,
I didn't see that at all because bottom lane, yeah, there's this a lot of fighting going on down bottom. Like that mid kill came out of nowhere. What happened? I mean, every time I saw him like really pressuring Brute, even under the Brute's tower, he was getting the Jingu stacks up, holding onto his boundless strike. He's got 202 build, so yeah, this Brute is just getting destroyed mid.
How's their offlane looking for 11 at the moment? Decent amount of last hits. I think the concern is that like Morphling, he should have a pretty good lane. The big issue with this here is like the first couple of levels, but maybe like a spear at nighttime to catch him out, and 11 if he goes more points in Scream. I don't see otherwise how they can kill him. Yeah,
and I feel like the Mars, like, yeah, Kishka's played before, but playing in the offlane, like, I just feel like this hero doesn't do as much, even though Quap is a good lane partner. Bane's just doing a really good job of just fighting 1 versus 2 while Morphling farms. Like, I think Morphling is going to leave this lane happier than the Queen of Pain in many ways, but I've seen this, the main other place I've seen this offlane Queen of Pain has actually been SMG as well. Like, Raging Potatoes played it. It's a good hero to get Vessel on, so if they want to get the Vessel against Morphling, it's a decent place to find it.
There's a hero that when the Queen of Pain was a little bit more popular, we were seeing it like first phase. Not too long ago, honestly, like 5 months ago, maybe, where a lot of people were trying to flex it into the position 3. Saw Mizu do it, Petashara as well over in Eastern Europe. We got a lot of action. Varese top's going to go down, bottom lane as well. Ace 12 is fallen pretty low. He's going to be okay for the moment. Man, everyone, you take a look at the side lanes, everyone's really low health. I mean,
yeah, the Morphling full Agi's gotta be careful. A spear from the trees could always find him, but yeah, the big one. Honestly, this Brood seems to be the big loser for the laning stage.
TP. Okay, Fairy Fire on Kishka will be enough, and be unable to get the kill.
I think he just wants to go full Agi to use his one later. He's got
bottom lane
7 charges.
Jesus, Pingo just getting out of range of Sanctity.
Yeah, so now Morphling gets to go full Agi, drop all his items just to pop his wand, gets a nice, good heal out of that. Bane's there with some tangos, so yeah, he's pretty happy in this safe lane. This is just the strength of Morphling. Does really well against some of these harassed lanes as long as he's getting farm.
Yeah, I was intrigued on how he was going to look to itemize as well. Wraithman's going to be really nice for the lane, but I didn't know if he was going to go like kind of first item Morbid Mass just to help out versus that chip damage. There's bottom, Ace 12 and Sanctity. Should be able to finally get a kill down bottom. It is going to come at a cost though in Ace 12's life. They will trade it nonetheless.
This will only hurt forever.
We'll trade. These support kills usually only matter in the side lanes if like it's nice for supports when they can die and then TP mid for a bottle refill, but neither mid laner really needs bottle refill. In fact, Brood no longer has a bottle queued up. He's been getting owned so hard. He's just trying to get his soaring out. So these supports are just going to keep going back to their side lanes, I imagine. Although, yeah, see, Snapfire does TP mid. Just, okay, it's for some warding. I think recognizing that this Brood is going to be hitting level 6 soon, so that those Spiderlings are going to start coming to play to take over the jungle.
Oh, get the bounty? Oh no, you hate to see it. They gave 11 had a bottle, they gave it over to Kishka to try and pick up the bounty, but Kishka unfortunately unable to do so. And let's see if they can get the kill. It's going to be pretty difficult. He'll use the spear early on to hold back Varese. And it's just going to be up to the Monkey King and the Bane to get the kill in the end. He does have the Orb of Venom for the slow. Even better body blocks though coming through from the Bane. Beautifully done. Azuro, he's got 2 kills on the board.
Yep. Good little punish. I mean, Mars is just there trying to stop the Bane from stacking and whatnot. It does pull the Monkey away from mid, so...
Bottom lane, Wami might be in trouble for the moment. Swashbuckle is still available.
Okay. Yeah, this lane's starting to get really tough now. I mean, even just the level 1 static link. Plasma Field in itself is doing a lot of damage here. Wami has the range drop as well as some damage block from shield
Dire's
crash, so he
bottom
actually
tower
didn't really
is
get hurt
under
at all,
attack.
but the threat is there and he gets pushed out of the lane. They're going to get some good chip damage into this bottom tier 1 tower.
They can glyph the wave if they want to. See what the call is going to be from Radiant. Try and keep the catapult. Are you happy with the damage you've done? Looks like they're happy.
Seems like they're pretty happy. I think if another creep wave was closer, but it would just be a glyph and then the wagon would die right after. I think it's only worth it when your next creep wave is going to arrive so that you can kind of sustain the push. But all right, it's catch-up time for Brood. She's hit level 6 and going to be, you know, jungling her way up, but curious to see how Army Geniuses respond to her now. Monkey King has done a great job winning the mid lane, but the question is going to be, how do they now address the level 7 Brood?
Look at his micro. What are you doing, Azura? He's just splitting them up so you can't really get all of them with the Boundless. This is... Oh my lord.
He's filthy. Yeah, he splits the Spiderites with the Spider... So the Spiderlings are the tankier ones. They've got 320 health, whereas the Spiderites have 120. So he puts the squishy ones behind the Monkey King so that, you know, they're the ones that get one-shot by a Boundless Strike, so he uses them to body block, while the Spiderlings, the tankier ones that do more damage, are hitting it. So just really good micro. Something, I mean, it's pretty common for Brood players. You have like your micro group set up. One with your Spiderlings, one with your Spiderites, and then you often micro individual ones. But just it's really hard to play into, even when you've got a hero that theoretically count as Brood.
No. I was gonna say you only know that because you're a filthy Brood player.
Look, man, I read this online somewhere. I've never played.
11 tried to blow up DB, anticipating him to be low agi, but no, he was pretty much full strength.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, he's right. This is the Quap and the Morphling. The question, it's, you know, there's always like, it feels like this risk that Morphling players are aware of. You go full agi, one Sonic Wave will blow you up from full health. So I think most Morphling players are pretty aware of it. But
bottom lane. Rish with the nightmare. Wami as well is going to get the Rolling Thunder follow-up, so they're going to try and get rid of the Marcy. They will be able to... Oh, no. Beautifully done. Sanctity playing nearby to get the rebound away. Wami should be able to run into Ace 12 regardless, but he's making him work for it. Dispose will not buy enough time.
Yep. Good kill in the end, but yeah, like you say, they had to work pretty hard for it. Rolling Thunder going on cooldown means this Razor has a pretty free time in lane, and also there's nothing for Brood to be too afraid of in the mid lane.
How are they going to do this one? Trying to run into 4-2-3. Oh, what? He got down the right tree. 4-2-3. Oh, this is a huge kill. Azura, he's stuck, I think. He's able to cut through for the moment.
The center, son.
Oh my god. What? Nice micro though with the Spiderlings. Not going to get brought down for the Boundless, and our Ace is in. Naman's going to try and hold them back with the Mortimer Kiss, but Kish got beautiful read. Instantly cancels that one, but everyone is showing up for this team fight. Azura somehow still goes down. 4-2-3 with the spawn Spiderlings burst. That's a big kill into the Monkey King. He was having an exceptional start, and they should be able to run into Wami as well as Ace 12 slams down with the rebound.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Just everyone collapsing. I was like, okay, 10-minute rune's coming up. Let's go, fight. And yeah, it honestly felt like Army Geniuses played it really well, but they just, everyone just kept barely dying on the outskirts of the fight. Like the spawn Spiderlings chased down the Monkey King post-leap. Similar story with the Pangolier, who just barely couldn't get out of there. And that's a big thing with the Brood, just the kind of unlimited chase potential that webs give you, making it really, really tough. So, well played by Lilgun, just bringing in the numbers too. The Queen of Pain to also help finish off some of those kills.
And this starting to get a big concern with Azura and how he's going to transition into this early game. He had a pretty big net worth lead over the Broodmother, but that's soon to be caught up with, you know, that previous death, and also the fact that 4-2-3 is getting a lot of farm. And we've seen kind of Monkey King, he wasn't really playing mid for the past couple of minutes, tried to make that rotation bot, but they didn't need him for the kill. So yeah, it might be a bit of an awkward transition period here for Azura.
Bottom lane, Wami in some trouble, but he's going to turn it with the smoke coming in. They want to fight this.
They've got the Fiend's Grip as well, if they can just land onto Sanctity. He's still going to go down, though. They get the kill onto Wami, but of course, it's going to be a trade that Army Geniuses are happy with, especially with DB getting the double kill.
Yeah, he shows up. He's like, okay, I didn't want to be top anyways. I can't defend my tower. So he wants to TP bomb, regardless of these kills. This is probably the best lane for him to be in. So he gets to show up, get a double kill, and now pressure this tier 1 bottom tower. So really well played. Varus is going to scout out the trees below this tier 1 tower, make sure it's safe, make sure there's no trapping laid. And once they realize it's safe, this Morphling can just freely poke away and probably take this bottom tier 1 tower. It doesn't look like it. Okay, no, here comes the defense.
Varus just left the tree line. He's going to run back into Ace with the Unleash. I think they just have to sack the Bane. Got to make sure everyone else gets out. 4-2-3, though, is run into another support. Naaman's going to be able to cookie away. Meanwhile, they are hunting DB. If they can get in range for the arena, Dispose should be able to drag him back, DB. He's not going to move fast enough. Okay, Boundless. Jesus, that was close. They're still hunting. Waveform back up, and DB should be A-okay.
Yeah, good job by Army Geniuses just to get out. They sacrificed the Bane there, but you can see Lilgun feeling like they're strong now with this Brood really starting to get active and involved. Not to mention Kishka having the Mars Arena in play.
Oh,
they caught the monkey in the trees.
Nicely done, but Naaman again, the reposition for the cookie. 11's going to jump. Has the Sonic Wave if they require it. They might need it, but Wommy! What a big entrance to the fight with the Pangoli! Slams down with a shield crash, getting rid of 2 heroes instantly. And now they can turn their attention to 4-2-3. Webs on webs, DV. Try to run into the Brood. Oh
He's
my.
Looks like he loses his webs when he morphs back to Morphling, so I have no idea how that Morphling Brood interaction works, but it looks like you get the webs, and then as soon as you change back to your Morphling, you lose them. So, I mean, honestly, that counter initiation was just so good. The Rolling Thunder, the waveform on top, just even though the monkey ends up dying, it just stopped them kind of comboing him down and getting out cleanly. Great job by Army Geniuses to making sure they get something in retaliation there.
It's well, there's a Keen Optic just by 11. Let's pick up your Keen Optic, sir. the goddamn web's making it hard to see. What's going on in the jungle? Risha Naaman. Both support's gonna run into Lilgun.
I don't think they see the item. It's great on the webs. DB, he's got DB.
What?
He walks over it.
What's going on? Okay.
Oh, he's back. He's got it. I don't think that was his, right?
No, it was Radiance. Bane's gonna love that. You'll take that instead of the shovel?
I must have them all.
Yep. He's Happy Camper.
So, I've got big concerns for Army Geniuses and how their position 2 and 3 are going to be able to shape up this game. Pango, Wommy's had a lot of impact, but if he dies a couple times, then we could see the Pango won't be able to scale in regards to items. Maybe he can get some net worth out of the spawn Spiderlings, but also the Monkey King, again, he's really falling behind.
No, I totally agree. And I think getting some of those, like you're playing against like an Orchid Brood and stuff, like you want to have a Yules or something to get rid of the Orchid. I think his lack of farm is going to matter, but it's just kind of something they have to play around. He's just trying to desperately get a blink. I don't think there was any other direction he could go with his itemization. And there's no way he could have had a better lane. He's playing into Razor Marcy, like as a Pango. Like, that's just a terrible lane, but they're kind of all in on DB's Morphling carrying them now because their other 2 cores are not set up to succeed, which is weird to say because Azura, he crushed mid, and then you look where we are now, and Brood 800 net worth ahead of him. Monkey's like got double Wraith Band phase boots into BKB. Like, this is not a Monkey King you're particularly scared of scaling right now. If anything, this Monkey King feels more like a 3 position suddenly, despite having a good lane. And this is, I think, the issue with picking these heroes that crush the Brood in lane is that you need an answer for her once her Spiderlings come online, and that's something that Monkey King doesn't really have.
Yep. And it's just an issue with the Monkey King position 2 in general. Like, you need to demolish the lane and be very clean in your transition, and that is not easy depending on how you skill build. Like, if you put more points in Jingu, then if you fall behind, your catch-up is really awkward without maxing out Primal Spring. You can't even go into like a Maelstrom or Battle Fury, so he's going to be dead here. Kishka, they still catch him. Dude, the arena destroys way too many trees. The Macropie doesn't. So many other abilities don't destroy trees. And then you got an arena that just, the whole vicinity of trees are gone.
Yeah, he saw it coming and jumped away, and then he wasn't even in the arena. And he's just unlucky. Look, you know, sometimes you get OS frogs. Speaking of which, Ace 12 looking to do some disposing in the mid lane, but doesn't quite get the jump here. This mid 1 tower is huge. I think getting this will really help Lilgun's game. Just open up these jungles. You see, they're just throwing the Orchid on Snapfire
Dire's
so that
middle
she
tower
can't
has
defend it.
been
Like,
denied.
I'm not going to let you nuke my Spiderlings. Does still get the deny. Nicely done by Narman, but ultimately, Lilgun are just going to feel so much better about their game now that this tower is gone.
You have to blink on Wommy, though. It's not going to be an easy jump. They've got the
goes forward,
ward. Oh,
The grip's there, though.
okay. Very beautiful way to start. Wommy's going to still drop the ultimate just in case anyone else is playing behind it, but now DB protected with the Lincolns, they can get a decent amount of damage. Like, Morphling does hit very hard.
Radiant
Yeah,
structures are
Slight
fortified.
overcommitment. You can't blame him because they don't know where these heroes are. Like, Mars has Arena combo and stuff, but he was just in the jungle. Same with the Queen of Pain. So they were nowhere near this Brood. So it was a very... They could have killed just using Grip and not another single other spell, but... you know, they want to play it safe. Problem is, now you've used all these ultimates, and Lilgun, that means they can come defend. They've got a BKB Razor who can sit here, try and defend. DB's just going to force the tower, but...
Radiant
They're
may
going to
look
blink
to
on
fight on the
Mars.
Radiant side.
They have a blink on Kishka.
Yeah.
You can't group up, and he's in. Oh, he still gets a Strength Morph out. The burst coming through. Nightmare's going to buy some time with the wave 4 back up. DB's able to escape to the right. You just got to get out on Army Geniuses. Got to be cautious as well, because Brood's tipping to the back as 4-2-3. Trying to run into some stragglers, but he doesn't have some Spiderlings to play with, though. It's gone in the river. DB. Sanctity, though. Gets the BKB to protect him. Once again, Morphling with the attribute shift. He waveformed in, though, aggressively, but DB's going to be okay. The Snapfire will not have the same fate, though. The Rolling Thunder's up in a couple seconds, Lilgun. Have to be hesitant about this team fight.
I feel like DB's feeling disrespected here. Is like, guys, you guys are really going to try and go on my Morphling? Like, you think you can spear me before I pop Strength Morph? Like, come on. He was on point every single time. I mean, that's really what determines the outcomes of these initiations. Is just how quick the Morphling can react there. Mars, his blink probably came as a surprise. I don't think it'd been scouted, but even so, Morphling got that Morph Strength off before he got stunned up. So,
Top lane.
really heads up play.
They're going to see the snap TPing. But the rest of Army Genius is showing up as well. They're going to miss the spear. Dealing with the spy. Again, the ultimate usages are a little bit awkward. Wommy's going to at least run into Kishka. But that's Wukong's and Rolling Thunder expended for just a position 4.
Yeah, it feels like Army Genius is like having to throw a lot of ultimates just to get 1 or 2 kills. And then Lilgun, what they need to be doing better is just fighting back. Like, they took that fight mid knowing that these ultis were on cooldown and, you know, I think, had the right idea putting Sanctity on the front lines with his BKB Razor. But they just can't find anyone to go on other than Morphling, who is just not a good target. If he gets more strength off, and even if he doesn't, he's got a Lincoln Sphere. He's pretty hard to burst down. So I think just really good positioning from the Army Genius's backlines to not get jumped on.
Azura. Bit awkward there.
Dire
I guess-
are scanning.
Okay.
What's...
Bot's on blink.
Bottom lane.
Sorry, Chart.
Who else is nearby? It's going to be Wommy. They've got Kishka as well with the Mortimer Kisser, so yeah, this is going to be a big kill. 11 was getting a lot of farm here with the offlane Queen of Pain. It's going to be a second death, but we just see the position in the net worth, so just slowing down the scaling is going to be huge, because I think this game is going late. And we're looking at it like DB, he's going to be this ultra carry, like almost 1v5, and it really just comes down to Lilgun, do you have enough cores to be able to scale and to deal with the Morphling?
See, Ace 12 trying to find this monkey in the trees up top, but the Quap Shard is pretty nice. That gives you another way of, you know, maybe threatening the Morphling. Like that Blink Silence,
Dire's
another
top
thing that
tower
Morphling
is
has to
under
react to
attack.
quickly. And just, you know, Morphling doesn't want to go Lincolns and BKB. He's going for a Manta at least, so that'll give him, you know, a defensive item that also gives some good stats in fighting. But it's, you know, it's a game where DB is going to feel like there's a lot of things he has to be wary of, even though he's played pretty flawlessly
Great
so far.
positioning, Narman. With this Invis, pops the smoke. Kishka, he's got a sentry if he wants to drop it, but not going to be the case. So yeah, beautifully done from Narman. Scouts this out.
Again, Quap kind of solo farming this bottom lane, just on lane duty, which does kind of expose her to getting ganked as we saw earlier, but it does feel like, as you said, this
Dire's
game's
turret
probably going
has
late.
been killed.
Both teams just trying to play a bit more economy-centric. Like, you know, they're making smoke moves, but it's never like a 5-man, let's death ball, let's go force a Roshan or force an objective. It's very much like a, you know, let's smoke and try to find a kill, but let's also farm at the same time.
It's going to be a bit of a timing here for Army Genius. At least they're getting some items. Azura with BKB. Wommy's got the Yours to play with, so chain control or the defensive factor against the Orchid. He's going to jump. Beautiful ulti. Gets the control onto 2. And the cookie into the middle of the fight. Now, the Monkey's not going to be able to play with the Wukong, so Spear's going to prevent this for the moment, but Azura should be okay. They're zapping away the damage, but all the bonus armor coming out from the ring is enough to keep the Monkey alive, and now they're going to go down to the south. There's 11. Great use of the replicate from DB. Steals the Queen of Pain's abilities, blinks on over the tree line, and Army Genius is flying 2 in that skirmish.
You say a bit of a timing. They're feeling pretty strong. They've got these extra defensive items now, the BKB on Monkey, the Yule Scepter on Pengo, so they can make these aggressive moves with a bit of extra security, and it just feels like Lilgun themselves need those. They're in? Particularly BKBs.
Just Kishka. I saw the Mars and it's just in my head, it's like, hang on a second, it's a call, but you'll take a kill.
Yeah. I think the big one is this Brood really needs a BKB before she can feel like she can do Brood things in any kind of a fight.
This is a pretty good movement. They're going to wrap around. Varish doesn't get in range to lock someone in with the Nightmare, but exactly right. They've kind of blocked off this escape avenue.
Okay. All right, they'll get at least back to safety, because that was definitely a dangerous moment. Razor without BKB there. But they didn't really have numbers. I think, yeah, Azura was bottom lane. Like, you're not near any tower to TP too, so I don't think they wanted to take a fight where, maybe it's a 4v4 or something. You don't have all your ultimates.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Sidem on Sanctity is going to be really important for the Razor, though. They're looking at Fiend Script to hold him through BKB is just pretty much the way you deal with Razor throughout the past couple of months, but importantly as well, the Morph. Like, you are on DB, he's always looking to replicate the Morphling. That is, kind of target number 1, maybe Quap afterwards. So if you can get the Morph on cooldown, then it can give a big advantage for Lilgun in these fights.
Yeah. And the Raze is a big part of why Morphling is in this game.
Does he buy enough time? Nightmare looking to do the case, but he doesn't get the strength morph off. What a huge Sonic Wave hitting onto all 4. And now Lilgun, they get slaughtered behind the tower. 3 down. They're going to move on the high ground, but Azura gets a pretty big ultimate up. But where's the control to hold them inside the ring? Azura, he's going to pay some respect now to Sanctity. Static Link's on cooldown. They should get him with a oh, nice mischief dodge.
Okay. Oh boy, I thought they were gonna chase him down. I mean, there was one buyback on Bane there, but 5 versus 2, like diving tier 4 sounds like it's kind of some YOLO throwy stuff, but killing a Monkey King there honestly would have been huge for them, but perhaps not taking into account the mischief there. Great timing with the dodge, and Lilgun, though, all in all, just going to be walking away so happy. They finally found a good team fight where they got the jump on the Morph. He didn't morph strength before the spear hit him. This time around, the Nightmare save was there, but as soon as the Nightmare was there, then they followed up with an Orchid. So they just controlled the Morphling, broke his Lincolns, prevented him from getting any Morph strength off, and honestly, that fight just looks totally different if he morphs strength. That's just what these Morphling engagements come down to often.
They're going to run it to Ace 12. Rest of the Army Genius is a bit slow to connect because, well, they've found Kishka in the river instead. So they won't have the Mars for the team fight. I don't think they can force Roche. They might try.
Yeah, they seem intent to try. There's no Sonic Wave for 30, but the rest of their spells, BKB back up now in Razor.
Wummy. He sees 4-2-3, trying to play around with the cliff. Oh, no way. Wummy makes it out. They're still going to be able to run into the Broodmother. Beautifully done. 4-2-3 almost evading that attempt. And hang on, they've caught another. Chain control from Wummy coming through after with the Aghanim Shard. 11's going to be able to follow up. Can they close the distance with the cookie? With the blink still a cooldown. DB offers the burst. And Army Geniuses, they hit back. They lost the previous skirmish, but now they're able to even it up and move back to the pit.
Yep. Wow. I think that's, the Brood's meant to be the one who doesn't get caught there. He's playing on the webs, on the cliff. He's got Spiderlings out to scout, but the Dire Ward on the high ground, I think, just caught a glimpse of vision for a split second.
They can fight
once
this.
You see the Brood, you jump in.
They've got Arena.
They want to.
Sanctity, though, you can't force this early BKB. DB's going to be able to get the attribute shift off. He'll be okay. And now they're committed in. They might be in trouble now. The Fiend Script's still a potential. They need to look at the Lincolns on Sanctity. But like you said, they're buying time.
Here. Brood's respawning, Corpse respawning soon, so it's going to be close, but this may stop Roshan.
Azura.
Does mean
Ruin as well.
Razor still has
Kishka,
BKB.
he gets a speed, but again, Farouche with the Nightmare, keeping Azure alive. He can pop the BKB in the Wukong's command, but Sanctity is going to zap him down. But that is the BKB. Hang on, 11! Almost killing off DP. Down to the right side, they found the Brood. Farouche, chain control coming out for the Fiend's grip, but the Morphling is unable to stand his ground, and right click, they brought him down into a critical threshold so they can turn to Nama next. And Lilgun, all they needed was the buy time for the respawns. They've done that, and now they can control the pit.
Honestly, this is why they usually put Sanctity on these like win condition heroes. He's playing a Razor, not the most like flashy or exciting hero like some of his other ones, but he honestly positions and plays that Roche contest. It's a 3 versus 5. He pulls them away. He holds his BKB. I feel like 90% of Razor players there, pro players, would just pop their BKB way earlier, and as a result, they would live, they wouldn't die, but they wouldn't be able to contest Roshan. They'd be basically wasting BKB, giving up Roshan, and disengaging, and, you know, would be saying, okay, you know, you BKB got out, good try. But the way he plays that, how patient he is, just gives them an opening to get these heroes respawned and ultimately win them that fight. He was just honestly very impressive.
Gives them this big advantage to play with. Ages on to Sanctity. He's already got 1 Perseverance completed. Soon to be Refresher next, and a 3,000 net worth lead for Lilgun. So even though DB is still holding the crown at the top of the net worth, and he's going Skadi next as well, but it's definitely going to be a window here for Lilgun to take at least a tier 2. Mid lane, they will run it to 11. The Swami's going to be forced to Rolling Thunder and Mortimer Kisses. Whoa. Jesus.
One wasn't necessarily forced, it was a bit more willingly.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
A couple times we've seen this get caught out here. Not that maybe a hero 11 is as comfortable playing compared to some of his Blink initiators. And he's been punished a few times. They're kind of posturing around this top lane as if they want to maybe jump in for a kill, but
he's going to do that.
There we go. The Aether Lens dispose.
Bit all good with the Force stuff, and
yeah. They're a little, like, they don't really want to commit. Is someone going to finish him off?
He's trapped. Oh, no. What okay. So good.
Oh, that looked so funny. That looked like Lilgun were, like, intentionally letting him live. But I think they just knew they didn't want to overcommit. Like, they probably could have finished him off. DB didn't actually rotate back home, nor did Azura, but they were playing it safe, and you got to respect that.
What's your...
Knowing that, you know, it's not worth feeding for a support.
What's your thoughts on the spinner snare on the Brood? It's a wild scepter.
Oh, you know, look, I'm not a Brood player. I thought we established this area. What's going on? Why are you asking me?
I think you're lying to us all. You're trying to hide behind the filth.
It's like this. It's this vision thing. Like it's top lane. They caught the Marcy. But yeah, it's obviously. I mean, whatever 4-2-3 so in Brood, you know, this guy's level 30. He's played so many games this year. It's probably the right thing to do, even if he probably knows he has not played that well this game.
Zoro? Is his full, or maybe nighttime? They didn't see him. Okay, very very close.
Yeah. Do you see where he set up any of those spinner snares?
No, I think I saw a couple get procced before. He's got one that Snapfire just ran it. Dude, it's so dumb. Look, oh, it's so dumb. Yeah. Yeah, I wish they were easy to see or find on the map. It's just like you put them on ramps and you just control so much of the map. Wummy. He's going to swashbuckle in. Meanwhile, Sanctity's going to put the emphasis to deal with the Bane. Oh, that's a beautiful start from Lilgun. I don't think there's anything they can do to keep the Pango alive. Even an ultimate committed from 11. Look at the kill regardless, even though the Sonic Wave not really having a lot of impact, but that's no Pango now for 70, and this tower's going to take a beating. What's DB doing? Wait, DB?
He puts...
He's just
That's what he's doing.
Chilling on the cliff.
Yep. So yeah, these spinner snares, he just puts them around the map. He's putting them on like any kind of ramp. Looks like there's one on the high ground at top. There was one behind the lane. There's one going into like basically any ramp. You just want to put these on, and it just gives you a lot of info. Helps you scout things out and figure out what's going on.
Yeah, from what I saw... Oh, DB? Oh, they're going to miss the spear. DB should be okay. Morph's going to be back up shortly as well. Who's he look to play with in this? They need to deal with the Lincolns. They've got the Fiendskip on the right side. Beautifully done. They'll get the first life. Okay. Now they've got the ring already set up for the next. He might have be forced to pop refresher for the BKB, but the chain control's going to come out beforehand. Sanctity just being able to evade to the left. Dude, the spinner snare. Oh my god. Just hold two back, man. So dumb. So I saw Ace when I was doing a little bit of D2CL. I saw Ace on Gaming Gladiators. He was really putting a lot of emphasis on the scepter. It was going like first, second item, and it was dumb. Like it was the dumbest thing. It looked so goddamn strong. And I haven't seen a lot of other broods like feel the importance of going for it that early, but he felt like this item is really, really broken on the brood. So I'm just excited to kind of see it again. And I feel like it does provide you a lot as well. Like you said, kind of just the map control, just you're blocking off a high ground.
Yeah. And it's such a low cooldown. It just feels like you can have them everywhere. So it protects your side of the map. You can use it offensively. It just wherever you're playing, it feels like you're going to have this kind of sort of vision. I mean, it doesn't give vision, but it lets you know when someone procs it. So it just gives you a lot of info. And it gives you this sense of security where if you're farming somewhere and you have them around you, you know that, you're you're going to know when a gank's coming your way.
Is there a position you would feel a little bit more comfortable to be in at this stage of the game? Because it is both very even.
Oh, I feel personally slightly Lilgun favorite. As much as this Morphling is like the scary late game carry, I feel like he's all on his own. Like Monkey King just isn't scaling well enough, just in terms of being underfarmed. Pangolier starting to get some items, but it just feels like there's more late game firepower on this Lilgun side with, Razor as well as the Brood getting all these crazy utility items. In late game Marcy, you're looking at Aether Lens, Blink, Dispose initiation. So I just feel like we haven't seen Lilgun like cleanly play around some of these initiations, but they're there, and to me they're going to cause problems.
And for Lilgun, who do you feel like has to be? Who's that priority number one that you're looking to jump in these fights?
I think the supports, the backlines, like they're so like you can't let a Bane get a full duration Fiend's Grip on someone like your Razor, for example. You at least need to address some
jump
of their
in,
stuff. Ace.
He's got no more follow-up, so Ace just going to lose his life. Meanwhile, with the backline, they're going to target another Broodmother as well. It's Wommi finds 423 and Nightmare to make sure they can surround the carry on Lilgun. And meanwhile, Wommi, he's controlling more heroes. Doesn't have any follow-up afterwards with the rest of the team to lock 11 into place, but Army Genius has find 2, and that's right at the front of the tier 2 tower.
Yeah. Kind of interesting. Brood never ended up going back for that BKB. She had it queued up for quite some time after the Orchid, but decided to buy the Yags, now going into a Scythe of Vice, so...
Sanctity?
Oh.
Nice axe shot from Wommi. Beautiful timing. And the Fiend's Grip as well. DB's going to be forced to turn to try and deal with 11. They got the bash coming out afterwards. And meanwhile, they've also brought down Kishka.
Razor Soul's Refresher, but there's... Who else is with the Razor? Popeye's back, but you don't feel good about that one. And DB on the high ground is just this unstoppable Morphling. All of a sudden, one initiation, this Pingo... I guess that's the big thing I didn't factor. Like, Brood playing without a BKB just makes some of these fights so hard to do anything. Like, if she ever gets caught, she just dies.
Alright, well, there's your Sonic Wave now down as well. So, melee racks.
Free racks. Walk in, walk out. Go back, take Roche. They've only got 20 seconds before Mars is back, though, so we'll see if they can get
They're going back in.
Enough. They're going
back in. The lane ward scouting out Sanctity, but Ace 12 with the drag back. Sanctity makes it to the high gun, beautifully positioned from the Marcy. They're going to probably double back to their high ground of the triangle. They need to keep the wards alive, but not having Wukongs and the Rolling Thunder, I actually don't think they can take this fight.
They'll never see me coming.
Well, we'll see if they can... I think they feel like they have to smoke out on the Lilgun side because of Roshan. There is the Brood thing. Okay, so Brood scouts someone in Roshan. The pings are coming out. They know where some of these heroes are. And they're trying to get the full smoke wraparound. Like, Mars is positioning above the pit.
But they see 11. They see 11. No one else is near him. Oh, man, that blink timing.
they do not want to play around this cliff because I think Lilgun know that's going to be warded. That's why they smoke all the way up top and avoid it because they've lost control of this high ground. They're ancients, so they need to, you know, they want to contest Roshan, but they need to avoid this area. They have Spiderling so they can scout out some of these heroes in here, but it's still very tricky for them to get a good initiation.
I think if you're Army Geniuses, you just shove in mid. So unfortunately, you can't shove in bot as well to force them back, but they have a high ground that they have to defend. And okay, now you get confirmation with the scan. So you don't want to enter this side of the map. You know it's warded. The only way to really do it is smoke and drop a ward down as soon as it pops. So shove in mid and just force them back.
Yep. Yeah, I think you could theoretically even pressure the bottom tier 3 tower with someone like Morphling, but like you say, just keep pressuring that mid lane. You know, right now Logan's committing to giving up their range racks. DB's going to come in. There we go. Morphling's doing exactly what you're saying.
They showed DB not being at this team fight potentially. So Lilgun, Wom is actually going to try and charge in with the Rolling Thunder. Sanctity targeting down Azura is going to attempt the TPR. I don't think they've got an answer to this. Without the Monkey King, though, Army Geniuses, they need to retreat. Oh, TP! He has another idea. Waveforms into the middle. Sanctity still has a BKB to play with, but DB standing strong against the world. Is going to try and man-fight Sanctity. Where's the assistance? No one's there for TV. Just gets the waveform down to the low ground, but where's the hunt? They're going to turn to the Pango instead. One with the Axe Shard still to play with. The rest of Army Genius is soon to connect.
Out of mana.
Oh, they're not going to get him.
Ooh. That looks so good for Lilgun, but they just couldn't quite finish off like the Morphling as well as the Pango. The Pango just so goddamn tanky. Walks into another Spinner's Web, but yeah, they just didn't quite have the damage. And this is maybe the problem with this Brood going for this very utility-oriented build. Queen of Pain on the off-lane, like, you know, she does decent damage, but she's not going to carry you games. And it was the Morphling who was just able to tank everything that was thrown at him, as well as, I mean, this Pango I felt like for sure was going to die, but all the utility items, he survived through it.
Oh, okay, DB's level 25. He's got Satanic now, and Paladin Sword. Jesus Christ, my guy is farmed. 12, 1, and 7. Oh, DB.
No, they know they're in here. They have Spiderlings. They have the Spinner Snare as well, but
he's going to move in.
Play.
Can he get the jump?
May go for a steal.
Oh, what a Rolling Thunder! Sun's up 3. Can they get the Aegis? DB finds it. They've got the second life, and they're just killing everyone. Wommy gets the backline with the help of the Mortimer Kisses. The artillery just raining down hellfire as Lilgun. They didn't have a sense of that fight, just losing all 3 heroes. They don't kill anyone on Army Geniuses, and now this high ground soon to be besieged.
Honestly, this Brood just can't play without BKB. Like, she's trying to run in, and she's just getting hit by a Boundless Strike, then Mortimer's Kisses, Rolling Thunders. Every single fight, it feels like this Brood is just unable to do anything. And this guy's the Brood expert. Like, I trust him on what he's doing and how he's itemizing, but it just feels like everything was kind of set back for him from the start. With his lane stage going poorly, he itemized, you know, in a different way, like this non-carry style, and I just don't feel like we see this Brood's impact on any single team fight.
They're going for it. T4 is trying to force some buybacks. No Glyph on Radiant as well to play with. Kishka's in. They don't get the attribute shift. Oh, that is the most ideal start for them. They need a way to be able to set up for round 2, though. DB, well, he's not going to give him that opportunity. Double waveform, getting rid of the Mars. Needs to get the morph because Wommy, instead he's going to be in. Fiend Skip as well off to the right side. The multi-man Boundless Strike, and that'll be it. Army Geniuses, a statement of a last fight. It's time to celebrate. We're diving the fountain as DB take a bow. What an incredible game 2 from the Morphling. Just brings them all the way home to send us to a game 3.
They didn't GG yet. Okay, Morphling got out. If Morphling died in the fountain there, this game maybe could have dragged, but what a way to end it. Army Geniuses. Bob can't do anything. Oh, okay.
What? That's an interesting TP in.
Yeah. Look, she's going for some stat padding. They're buying back. They know they can end this game. That's it. GG's fine. You ended on such an exclamation mark, and I was like, wait a second. Is this game actually over? They're fountain diving. Monkey did die in the fountain. Morphling almost died in the fountain, but yeah, what a way to bounce back here. And I mean, DB's Morphling, you literally said at the end of the draft, like if he gets farmed, DB's Morphling will single-handedly carry this game, and it kind of felt like in many ways he did just that. I mean, there was obviously a ton of help from the supporting cast. I think particularly Womi on the Pengu, who had such a rough lane, to turn it into, like, he had so much impact. The way he itemized and got all this utility stuff going, was somehow surviving every single fight. The Ag Shard usage, like, his team fighting was so impressive. That honestly, yeah, for Army Geniuses, they're gonna feel really good about this win.
I think the point you just brought up was perfect. Just the supporting cast and what Wami did. I think this game looks really different. We spoke a lot about DB being that win condition and maybe potentially being able to 1v5, but I think if you don't have Wami playing at such a high level that he did on the Pango, then maybe Lilgun, close out this game and take the series 2-0. But this is what we want. I mean, two incredible teams, some of the best teams in Division 2 going at it for a potential slot to move into Division 1. And, well, we get to go the distance here for our first series of the night with Wednesday C action. So, Army Geniuses against Lilgun, Game 3 around the corner.